official. We're back. Oh. No problem. Never been to the Greyhound station here. Feels good to be home. It really does. So this weekend was absolutely unbelievable. As it was expected, it was as unexpectedly amazing as I couldn't have foreseen. But one thing I do want to mention that I really carried over from my experience while being out in Cleveland was inspiration. You know, inspiration can strike at any time, in any given fashion, without warning, but I have to say I have never been so inspired by another person before, and that was actually Lex's dad, Chris Ramsey. He's an entrepreneur in his own rights, an extremely intelligent man, very, very, very hard worker. He's a graphics arts designer. He also founded Secondhand Academy, which is a dog training program. You know, he went to college for mechanical engineering, which is what I, had started studying at Northern when I was there. But he realized 2 years in that he was not happy. He wasn't enjoying the things that he was doing as he was going along, and studying this topic. So what he realized after stumbling across some homework that the person who was housed next to him was doing, he became amazed at the type of work that they were doing. And it was graphics arts design, and he realized that's exactly what he wanted to do. And so it took him a while to kind of build the desire to actually go and follow through and switch majors, and that was a pivotal moment in his life. However, I guess when he originally tried to switch his major, the school had told him that his portfolio was not strong enough and that he should just stick to what he's doing and not waste his time. And he told us that he was pretty bummed about that. When someone tells you that you can't do something, that really does take a personal toll and effect. So he said for 2 weeks he was just kind of down about it and like, fuck, like, I can't believe that I won't be able to do this. But I asked him what it was that finally pushed him to continue to pursue it, regardless of being told that you can't do it. And he said that was his closest friends in college. They were the ones who, despite him being down and out about it, picked him up and told him, that's bullshit. Like, fuck what this guy has to say. Fuck if he doesn't believe in you or whatever. You need to keep pursuing it if that's what truly is going to make you happy. And so he decided to start taking a bunch of art classes and things that would really aid in his graphic arts pursuit. And eventually, after going through all these trials and tribulations, he ended up presenting a new portfolio, and the woman who was receiving it thought it was one of the best portfolios, and that he needed to do this now, and he needed to join the graphics arts design. And so he worked hard, became part of a firm that started out with 8 or so people in his friend's dining room. That was their office. And they kept working hard, kept pursuing it. And he said 2 years later, they got their first office in the downtown location. And then it quickly started expanding and expanding until there was over 150 plus people who were all working for this firm. It was just really, really nice to hear the effect of how his friends really stepped in and altered his path of life into being able to do what he truly wants to and not taking no for an answer, and, you know, self-bettering because of his own desire to make his dreams happen. This man has done a TED Talk for Cleveland State University while he was teaching there. And so it was crazy to see the point of living that he and his family were in the time that I had encountered him versus, you know, the times that he was starting off not knowing what he was going to do and how to contribute and make a better life for him and his family. And so I had asked him then, what was it like? You know, you could have been making so much money for this firm, but you decided to still not sign these contracts. For what reason? I mean, you could have been set if you stayed with this company, because they eventually got bought out by another much larger graphic design firm. And it was more about, you know, you just didn't feel right. It wasn't a smart move on his part if he were to follow through. But then to really pursue his dreams, you know, he didn't always have the motivation within himself. And I then had asked him what it was that really kept him going and pushing in order to get to the position he was in today. And he told me that it was his friends. Having an extremely supportive group around him who knew him, you know, very personally. Like he said, you know, you can surround yourself by a ton of yes men who will just agree and say everything you're doing is great. You should definitely go for whatever. But what it truly was the friends who weren't afraid to tell you, no, I don't think you should go down this road. No, I don't think you should, you know, pursue this or that. The ones that'll say, hey bro, you have some broccoli in your teeth, rather than letting it go, you know? And those are the type of people you need to surround yourself with if you're trying to be successful. Because people can gauge your character, you know, from an external perspective. Like, you can only do so much from within yourself. And it takes someone else who really truly understands you and gets you to help you gauge certain situations. And so it was just really nice to hear from him that, you know, all the principles and the values of what he got told to bring him to the point that he was in are kind of, they parallel very similar to, you know, what we're trying to do with the Save the World. And, you know, these are things that he's learned throughout his lifetime and have solidified, you know, these are the type of mentalities and ways you need to be thinking if you want to become successful in your endeavors. And it's amazing to me that, you know, just hearing him tell us all these crucial pieces of the puzzle that got him to where he is, and seeing how closely aligned, you know, our mission is with that, it just ensures that this is going to be a successful endeavor in our lives, as well as many other people's lives. This isn't just, you know, we're trying to be successful for whatever reason. Like, we're trying to help people, trying to create a new mentality about the world that you see around you. It doesn't have to be filled with so much tension and animosity all the time. Yeah, it's a very tough challenge to try and tackle. We understand that. But, you know, we're in for this challenge. We're not backing down because we can. The world needs this at this time. Like, I always think about it, like, why wasn't I born in the 1600s, the 1500s, 200 BC? Why am I here now? Why am I conscious of this exact moment in time? Why is everything falling apart right now? And it's sad to see, but it's refreshing to know that I've always had this deeper sense of purpose ever since I was little, and I just never knew what it was. But as I continue to grow and meet new people who are also on the same tip, it's becoming more and more evident that the time is now. There is no more time to wait. There's no more time to put this on the back burner. There's no more time for inactivity and inaction. You have to do whatever you can to truly save yourself. Because so much of the disconnect that happens in the world around us is from individuals having that disconnect within themselves and not being able to play nicely with the rest of humanity. So we really want to start challenging people to look deeper into yourself. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, these questions of, what am I doing in my life? Am I happy? Am I in a endless routine that just drains you? Because that's extremely it's a big waste of energy. People see it as the comfort zone or a place that it's easy to be. It's so easy to just not extend yourself out there. Trust me, I mean, I know. I see it through experience. I see it in the people around me, and I say no. I do not accept that reality. I do not accept that this is what all life has to offer. Especially since we're here for such a short time. Like, what are we doing? But, tangent aside, I was very inspired by getting a chance to talk to Chris and just pick his brain for just the key points that make someone successful. And I realized the biggest thing is the undying support of the people around me. That's why I feel what we're doing is Save the World. We are building a platform of people who get it and who want to put themselves out there, who aren't afraid of rejection, who aren't afraid of failure. They're the people that you need to surround yourself with, because they're the ones who are going to support what you do. You support them, they support you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And essentially, we're doing that, another tangent. One of my really, really good friends, Brandon Cheney, he follows this YouTuber, and he's an entrepreneur himself. He makes these videos, and he's an investor. So he invests in a bunch of different people who have, revolutionary ideas and things like that. And he's invested in the creator of Uber, and there's a few other ones. That was just the main one that really stuck with me. But many, many successful people have been invested in by this YouTuber that Brandon had told me about. And he says, he'll invest in 100 people, and statistics show that out of those 100 people, there will be one that make it big, that make it bigger than ever anticipated, and it makes investing in the previous 100 worth it, so that way he can start the process over and create again. And I feel that that's exactly what we're doing, with the Save the World project, because, we don't have the money to invest in people, but what we can do is invest in time and support. Time, support, respect, And these are things that are truly crucial, especially when you're trying to do something new that you've never done before. You need that backing support to look at yourself and be like, wow, I'm actually doing something that is getting to people, that is, you know, making an impact in their lives. And so that's essentially what we're doing. We're investing our support into all these local and non-local people who want to do this with us. And we didn't start this very long ago, but it has gained rapid momentum. It's unbelievable, really. I actually have a really cool visual that I'll actually add into this video right after I'm done talking here. This is a film. It was a time-lapse film of the church that Chris and the Ramsey family go to, you know, during Easter. And it's a very good representation and a visualization of how quickly an idea and a notion can spread rapidly amongst, you know, like-minded people. So I just want you to know while you're watching this video, it starts out with one candle in an entire dark room of this congregation. One single candle. And then 3 other people walk up and they light their candle from that one. And then those people spread out and 4 more people light their candle off the individuals. So now you have much more light. But that was the thing. Once it hit that critical point, the candles that were being lit swept across the room and instantly illuminated the entire space. And that's how I see representatively how our mission is getting to people. It just takes one person to resonate with it and understand it on a deeper level what we're doing. And then they harness that idea and they build it within themselves, and then they spread it to their closest people, and one of them will also catch it. And once they catch it, they spread it to their bubble, and it just rapidly takes off and it ignites. And so, you know, just being able to talk to him all weekend and understand things from a different perspective, it really inspired me. It inspired me to keep pushing and to not give up, because everyone wants to save the world, but no one knows how. We're making an attempt to let you guys answer that question. And by answering that question, we want your support in your endeavors, because you're the only person who can see through your eyes, the one who can experience your life. So do it not only for you, not only for everyone else around you, but just for the sake of, you have to do something. You can't stay stagnant, you can't stay immobile, because that's how rotting begins. And once that starts, it's very hard to mentally get over that hump and stop that process. But we'll just you know what, we're gonna leave it at that for today. Just get a little bit of insight. I know there wasn't too much adventuring going on except roaming around my city again, being back, living it up again. But I'm gonna be heading home, toss my bag on the floor, kick back on the couch, and just vibe for the rest of the day. So thank you for staying with us all weekend. We appreciate your support. Looks like I need more money. What's up?
Hey.
It's good to see you. I haven't been to this like train station ever since I left my job.
You're me, man.
No, I left my job and then I started working farther, like by I'll let you get back to work. All right, cool. See, I love running into people. It happens more often than I can really grasp. Seems like everywhere I go, I'm running into someone. I mean, my venture card is not valid. You're not valid, venture. Okay, but like I said, gonna end the video now. Going home, going to chill. Gonna watch some Raw with my homie Nick. Maybe Ivan and Daryl. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? Daryl is a really good guy. I don't know if you guys know that, but he is truly a really, really nice dude. So make sure to tell him that. For real. Anyway, that is it. That's another adventure. Number 8. Here we come. Thank you for joining me on Nico Secondhand Adventures. And stay tuned for another episode.
Had to search and find it, can't afford to never mind it. The Dalai Lama embodied it. Come on, take a shot at it. Now it's in peace, I'm talking peace. I thought it wasn't tangible, I was wrong though, especially when I touched it. Oh, first came in close contact by doing some yoga, meditated every day, then I knew I switched over to a peaceful state of mind with music still on my mind. I need a deeper peace and have my ego tied to a lease. Use it with handy, make it loyal at least. I'm learning peace from the east, from Hindu to Japanese. You can feel it when you relax and when your aura's at ease. I spit my qigong and I flow with my tai chi, and so I breathe. Yeah, you know what I'm feeling now. Yeah, you know what I'm feeling now. It's crazy and psychotic in this shot town, but if you on the road to peace, please don't stop now. Feel the ether, use the ether, yeah, you better speak the truth. And wherever it comes from, it starts inside of you. Say the truth to yourself, see better with a bigger view. Do the things that you love to find a peace inside of you. That's where it is, it does exist. You gotta sit still on the inside to get a piece of this. In the city you win from the beginning to the end. Tranquility always win, peace only comes from within.